Я, кстати, Маша, сделать какой-то пост интересный. I need this and that. Типа очередь, да. Ну и как бы, да, и как бы такой, знаешь, в принципе, biohacking. It's one of the biohacking. Okay, so we'll talk about what is biohacking. Все, я начинаю. Ну, вы уже знаете, наверное, кто я. Наталья. Я wellness coach. By the way, can I speak in English? Do you speak English? Okay, so everybody speaks English. Okay, great. So for me, it's easier to speak in English. So I've been in this space for almost 10 years. And my background is a fashion stylist, fashion designer for 10 years. I've styled celebrities, magazines. I've had 2 clothing lines. One went very well. I was the first one to do eco-friendly loungewear from modal fabrics. So we were in department stores. We went to QVC. So I did well. When I had my daughter at 36, you know, the pregnancy gets you, especially at that age, you start aging process. When I had her in that first year, I started seeing first signs of aging. I was like, oh my God, my hormones were down. I started getting sick, sinus infections every month. And just, you know, it's just like you aging basically. And I saw aging on my face. The wrinkles appeared overnight, you know, over 1 year. I'm like, oh my God, the spots, такие вот эти spots появились, особенно после pregnancies. Я такая, oh my God, I need to stop and I need to figure out how not to age or how to prolong the age so I can look in my 40s and my 50s and 60s like I'm in my 30s, right? Or like if I'm in my 60s, I'll be looking like in my 40s. What do I need to do? And I knew at that point that everything has to do with food. How do I learn to eat properly? Because the food is the majority how we aging, how we look, and how our skin, everything is number one is food. Then it's supplementation. I already knew about a lot of supplementation. I was kind of like taking a lot of supplementation, but now it's a different game. Now it's a literally science research. What is the best now to hit every molecule in your body? For like back in the days, oh, like let's take multivitamin. Okay, because multivitamin, but so we don't know, right? Oh, take that. But now it's very, like, this is what I take every day and more, you guys. This is not just a presentation. Because it's literally directed to each organ, every cell. And some people say, wow, it's crazy. Why do you need this? You're going to actually, you know, your liver is going to be backed up. And I'll tell you this, I just tested my liver with the newest technology, FibroScan, and my liver was perfect. Density, liver fat. And I was like, oh my God, wow, I'm taking like 50 vitamins a day, but my liver is great because I'm doing all these modalities to clean my liver, to do this, my machines. So constantly removing the toxins, but yet energizing my клетки, мою митохондрию, мои органы. Так, начинаем. Я хотела спросить у всех, что вы хотели получить бы из сегодняшней презентации? Потому что я знаю, многие девочки тут хотят, может быть, ну, расскажите, вот, что ты, Олеся, хочешь из этой презентации получить?
Мне интересно про биодобавки, очень про какие-то, да, вот именно девайсы и биодобавки.
То есть омолаживание или же... Да, Лен.
Я когда узнала, что ты политеолог, и когда мне Инна рассказала, что ты посещаешь самые последние области, меня интересует все новинки. Что нового сейчас есть на этом рынке?
Да.
И мне понравилось это название, я раньше когда не слышала, биохакер. То есть правильно ли я понимаю, что мы как бы как нашу старость?
Да, как бы так оно и получается, как мы можем продлить нашу молодость и омолодить организм. Это называется биохакинг. Я расскажу, что входит в биохакинг. Новинки, да. Все новинки. Здесь все только новинки. Самые the latest.
Я слышала, что здесь там Сан-Франциско, Silicon Valley is into
Biohacking.
Yeah, one of the biggest examples it sounds something that basically conquered cancer.
Да.
And,
Doing peptides,
yeah,
doing all that stuff. Yeah,
And why we're not all good.
yeah,
So I'm inspired by this.
yeah.
So I want to know what he does. And do the thing.
I'll tell you all about it. I pretty much do all of that too. You know, you want to learn everything.
Велосипедист Армстронг, он заболел раком, он использовал это все для допинга, это отдельная история, но с помощью биодобавок рак, то есть он использует очень много биохакинга, и он первый велосипедист, он использует...
То есть биохакинг это значит, что такое биохакинг? It's hacking your biology from testing. From testing, we're going to know everything what individually going on in your body, from your gut microbiome, from your cellular mitochondria, как твои клетки, насколько ты стара, как быстро стареют твои клетки. Plus, we're going to know aging of your organs. There's a new test. Actually, I just did a podcast with Alina, and with Irina, she's a professor at Berkeley. They just came out with this new test called Generation Lab. They can test a home kit test from your blood that you collect yourself, all your 18 organs, how they aging, and how's your mitochondria, каждая клеточка, как она aging. So now we can actually do a home test and find out what's going on in your body and what we can do to implement from supplements, peptides, правильного питания, потому что каждое питание должно быть определенным. Мы не можем сказать, что нужно всем кушать мясо, овощи, такие овощи, т. У каждого человека разное питание должно быть. Я объясню, как правильно под себя подогнать питание. Что вы хотели узнать здесь сегодня?
В этом уже давно, мой бывший муж занимается витаминами.
Какая-то определенная компания? Okay. Is there a brand or? Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Maybe you learned something new today. Nina? Ой, Надя? Кожа, да, это большой орган, и, в принципе, кожа, это то, что мы, да, ну, не только скинкер, забыла, но ничего страшного. Да, и это все. Да, я расскажу. Забыла, как это зовут. София, да, моя дочка София. Все интересно. Окей. Ну да. Да, что делать? Да? Да. Окей, классно. Классно, вы в правильном месте. Ну ладно, тогда начнем. Как стать биохакером? Который стоит себе задать. Почему мы чувствуем себя не очень? Да? Мы начинаем стареть. В принципе, начинаем стареть уже, как доказано, с 20 лет. Наши гормоны падают в 28 лет, и только идет downfall. Вот. И для женщин особенно очень важно гормоны. И с 30 лет, да, как поддержать гормоны, а гормоны поддерживают правильным питанием, биодобавками и правильным модалити. Так, самое главное в биохакинге – это тестирование. Мы, значит, тестируем свой организм. И сейчас, что очень интересно, есть на маркете очень много домашних тестирований, которые мы сами можем сделать и сами смотреть, что тебе нужно. Я вон Ину постоянно говорю, закажи это, закажи то. Она, в принципе, она уже все сделала. Да, да, значит, мы начинаем. Есть домашние тестирования, например, анализ работы кишечника должен быть номер один, то, что мы должны узнать, потому что кишечник, если у нас проблемы в microbiome, we have problems everywhere. It's the skin, it's every autoimmune disease, it's a brain, it's everything that comes. If your microbiome is sick, it's not healthy, you have every disease in your skin as well. So I'll tell you myself which one I started with, but a little quick пример на моем. When I started biohacking about 5 years ago, I've learned about Biome, this test, which is a home kit. You've done this one, right? So Biome, yeah, I did your test. So Biome basically tests for $200. You order, it comes to your house. All you have to do, little prick on the finger, collect your poop, and also now they added oral and gorla, like cancerous cells. All you do is swab cheek here, swab cheek, and you send it out, and they'll send you literally in 1 week. You register online, you'll see everything yourself. You don't need a doctor or anything to know. You know everything what's going on in your microbiome, from bad bacteria, good bacteria. What is your biological age? You'll know how fast are you aging. Most people are aging actually faster than we are. And only few people that I've seen that actually standing still, going with the same age, but only few people, you have to be a real biohacker, do all these modalities to actually start reversing the age. It took me about 7 years to move a needle, 1 year of biological age. Now, in 2 years, I moved 8 years. So now I'm technically almost 10 years younger than my age inside. I'm 45, I'm gonna be 46, and I think I did a really good job preserving, but what is inside is the most important, how we age. That means I'm gonna be стареть лучше и как бы это. Все, Biome. Плюс они вам говорят, что which foods, inflammation foods and sensitivity foods that you should stop eating, because we might be eating carrots, spinach, eggs, or whatever that is inflaming your body at the moment, but we need to stop for 6 months usually. When it's inflammation food, sensitivity foods, you stop for 6 months, particular foods, and then when you clean up your inflammation, and they come back and they'll go away. Some of them, which is allergy foods, they stay forever. I've been testing, besides Biome, for sensitivity and inflammation food for 8 years with different companies. I've spent thousands of dollars doing different ones. There's a really good ones for like $1,000, which they they test for like 400 different varieties of food, chemicals, everything. So I've done it all. What I've learned on myself, that certain foods like gluten and yeast, there's like handful that it's forever. It's allergy foods. I cannot touch them. And there's sensitivity foods which they come and go every 6 months. They come and go. And so I'd like to do these tests via maybe 6 months. And then I do a bigger test for myself for a bigger variety once a year, because this one only gives you around 100 variety of different sensitivity foods. So they'll tell you that what you should stop eating for that moment. Also, they will tell you which foods actually is good for you as an antioxidant at this moment to introduce to your body, so your cell regeneration will be better and your microbiome will, you know, have a good bacteria, because everything, all the bacteria we receive from a variety of different foods, right? So if we eat the same foods, then we don't have a diversity in our microbiome. That means, you know, we don't have a really good health. So we need to constantly bring every week, making sure you eat fermented foods, you eat different kinds of vegetables, you eat the diversity food. That's how you change your microbiome. And your microbiome becomes very healthy and resilient and amazing. So what else? Biological age, which is amazing. They'll tell you how's your mitochondria, which mitochondria is all about cellular health. Do you have energy? How fast are you aging? They'll tell you where you're at. Also, they'll tell you what kind of bad bacteria that you have. And pretty much that's it. And what they do, every month they'll send you custom made for you probiotics and prebiotics, because there's so much probiotics in the market, but we don't know which ones to take. There's different strains that everybody needs different strains. I've done probably 10 different microbiome tests, from professional ones to this one. And the professional ones, a little more expensive, they'll go for $500-600, and they'll tell you exactly which strains of probiotics you need to add. But you need to go to a functional medicine doctor to actually do those tests. And so this company, they make it easy. They will do probiotics and prebiotics just for you. They'll send you every month. And also there's a packet, I'll show you here. You can look at it later. There's packets of 8 vitamins, herbs, and minerals that what you need to fix at this moment. So you'll be taking herbs, and you're taking one powder that is specifically designed for you with strains that you need for your probiotics. As simple as that. Then they have oral longinus for your oral microbiome. All of us, we have oral microbiome, which is also can affect cardiovascular disease, everything. So it's totally different from here to here. So they test that too, and they'll tell you how's your microbiome is doing. And they have a longinus with special probiotics that you take in the mouth, and it fixes your whole microbiome. So I've been doing this for 5 years, amazing. But that's really just was the beginning. And then I added to a bigger test microbiomes. Я расскажу сейчас про еще микробиом. Например, есть... Это Viome, компания Viome. То есть это viome.com. Americanska company out of San Francisco, like, yeah, they're a leading company in the world for home testing. Like, so, and it's very affordable, $200 and then $150 a month for your supplementation. And usually when you're starting out, you will retest every 3 months, and they will adjust the vitamin supplementation to your new tests. And then once you fix your biome, then you can do every 6 months. Now I do it every 6 months because I'm crazy. I like it. But I've done some other testing on microbiome, more professional ones, and I've learned that there's a different strains of probiotics that you need to add. Like an example, that wasn't just not enough for me, right? So I started going, okay, what other probiotics that are amazing? So the one other probiotic that all of us need to add is Akkermansia. Akkermansia strain that we cannot produce, but all of us need it. It's a special probiotic that heals your gut, heals your lining, heals everything. And there's a company, Pendulum, I'll show you over there. There's, I think they have right now 5 or 6 supplementation, which you start with. They all have Akkermansia, but some of them to help with your hunger. If you can't stop eating, you take GLP-1. Has Akkermansia, but also has another suppress your kind of a hunger, which is good. And then, so Akkermansia, I started taking Akkermansia, and my microbiome diversity went out of the roof. Let's say 5 years ago, my microbiome was 35% at the good health. That's horrible. That's like, if I would continue that into my 40s and 50s and 60s, I would have autoimmune disease. I would have all kinds of inflammation. That's not good, right? So, yes.
But how did you feel from that 35%? Did you feel okay?
No. So my original conversation we started why I became a biohacker. I will get back to that. So, biohacker is like I wanted to heal myself. And so we're talking about microbiome. So I added Akkermansia, and I added a couple of more strains of probiotics that my body needed through certain testings. And now I just did a test. I'm 85% at the great diversity capacity of healthy microbiome. That means you have beautiful glowing skin, you have less wrinkles, you feel unstoppable, your mitochondria and your cells are rejuvenating, because once your microbiome is perfect, everything is aligning, right? Everything. So it's really important to do the test of microbiome, number one, not negotiable in longevity space, and knowing which strains of probiotic particular each of you needs. And then you work, you retest. biome, you do test every 3 to 6 months. Bigger test you do every 6 months with your functional doctor. So we're gonna move on. So there's as well, in the past 10 years, we have incredible tests that test your DNA. And DNA that will basically, you do all the swab in the cheek, you send it out, and they'll tell you all your mutations that is happening in your body that you acquired from your parents and generations. So, and that's gonna be sitting in your DNA, and you cannot change it unless if you take proactive ways, knowing how exactly implement supplementation, how to particular which foods, which herbs you need to take to not activate those mutations. So a couple of DNA tests like the DNA company, which they went really expensive. They started $300. Now they're up to $500 because they know how good they are. They'll send you the whole information. You'll not even know that you have a slight ADHD or big ADHD, or you have this mutation, that mutation. It might not showing up right now, but it will show up at some point for sure. And I was like, before I did this test like 3 years ago when they just came out. And I kind of was like feeling that I do have slight ADHD. Maybe, I don't know why I'm so hyper. I'm like, I can't focus. I'm doing many things at the same time. And they confirmed I have a slight mutation of ADHD. Thank God it was a slight. They're like, okay, take Rodia, take this, take that, take that. And literally, I started taking that. And in less than a month, I was like focused. My energy was calm. I was like, simple, just introduction, right? It's totally different. 23andMe, I think it's a dinosaur. It's like when we did, I guess, 10 years ago. Nobody really talks about anymore in this space about the. Then another one is self-decode. No, hold on. Go back to self-decode. Self-decode. Я говорила the DNA company. Which one? We don't have the DNA. So basically, the DNA company, the DNA company. And then there's a self-decode. They are similar. What do you think in your?
I don't do this one. I did the other one, DNA and 10X.
Oh, you haven't done this? Oh, you did text 10X, yeah. I wouldn't do, honestly, 10X right now because I know the owner now, Gary Brecka.
Yeah,
and I don't know, the whole company is going through some stuff. And I spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to test everything on myself. Before I can even talk to someone and recommend. So I highly recommend the DNA company. And even self-decode. I think the self-decode was a little bit too busy. They just give you a lot of information. And I think it's a little too busy. I actually know the owner, Joko, and I just met him and I told him that. So I would go with the DNA company right now, the DNA company for the DNA testing. And even you can do for your kids. If you have any kids, I've done it to my daughter, and they'll give me recommendations because she had this tantrum out of like anger, out of nowhere, right? It's in her DNA. Actually, her dad is like that. And I'm like, shit, I'm dealing with this every day. So literally, I did DNA. I knew exactly which foods to take away and which supplements I need to introduce, like the soluble vitamin E. And I started doing that. My child is so different. She's calm, she's peaceful. I haven't had any shit for 3 years. It comes once in a while in a blue moon, but it's my problem. I triggered that in her. It's not hers every day, you know? So she's almost 9 now. Ну, у нее были anger issues, то есть она могла психануть. У нее конкретно какая еда? У нее, значит, я не помню, глутен, и нужно было добавить soluble vitamin A, soluble, это витаминка A, но она soluble, она в капельках, и ее нужно только принимать с едой. Вот она поела, я должна была дать ей soluble, только она тогда начинает A. только тогда начинает активироваться правильно. Просто витаминку А дать без до еды, да, ну да, слава богу, с едой, жиром, то есть тогда она начинает это, вот. Как бы, I love this test. Okay, so, glucose method. This is like the king, the queen of the whole biohacking experience. That means, does anyone, yes, everybody knows what glucose monitor does? Okay, so I'll explain. So glucose monitor, what it does, it helps to learn your total metabolic health, because when we eat or drink, our glucose spikes. And when glucose spikes, that means we're in a roller coaster to become a pre-diabetes, diabetes then we have creating autoimmune disease, we create cancer, and it's an unstoppable process. If you constantly eat and your glucose spikes, which we all do, even when I started wearing glucose 2 years ago, and now before it used to be available only for diabetic people through doctors, because they didn't have the app, and you can, literally buy it, put it here, open your app and check it literally at the live moment what your glucose is, because it will spike like this. So my diet was already perfect 2 years ago. I thought so. Soon as I started wearing glucose, I spiked every time I ate. I'm like, what the fuck, for 2 months? Regular foods. Yes, I don't eat sugar. I don't eat bread. I don't eat gluten. I eat vegetables. I eat meat. I eat the foods that I eat. And I was spiking glucose. Why? Because I was not eating in the right order. I was mixing certain things which your body cannot process and cannot digest. That means your glucose will spike, and then there has a whole effect in your body of insulin, your поджелудочная, your вот эти все процессы, они, начинают сильно работать, и организм не успевает перерабатывать все. Меня заняло через 2 месяца. I'm like, I need to stop and start introducing food by food and see which foods were spiking. So it took another month for me to just eating very boring, and I would just eat 1 piece, 1 apple, 1 banana, 1 yogurt without, I wouldn't say granola. Granola that I use is not grains. It's not like the glutinous one that has nuts, right? So I used to be like, Bulgarian yogurt with a little bit nuts, granola, a little bit berries on top. That spiked in the morning. So maybe if I eat that in the evening, it would not spike that. Do you understand that? It's also in the day of the time that we can be eating these foods, it will be spiking because your body and your sugar are at different levels. So you need to know. So I've been wearing glucose monitor for 2 years. Every biohacker out there been wearing these, and this monitor now been available for almost 3.5 years now. So it's super easy. They send you, and I was actually willing to showcase you later if you guys wanted to see exactly. So they send you this box. First of all, you have to buy a membership. It's at $200 a year. And then every month they'll send you a box. That's going to be it's quite expensive, but it's the best metabolic health that you need to learn for yourself. No one's going to tell you which foods are good for you, which diet is for you. You're going to learn yourself through glucose monitoring. So basically, they'll send you these devices. You attach to the best way I found is to put it in your arm. You can put it here, but ladies would like to wear stuff, so it's poking. You can put it here, some people, whatever, but I like to put it here, and then they have little nice covers that you can add. But the thing is, every 2 weeks, you have to change and put a new device. Ну, стоит $200 в месяц, 4 девайса приходит, потому что каждые 2 недели ты меняешь его. Не, подожди, что я говорю? Приходит каждую неделю 2 девайса, и каждую 2, то есть месяц 2 девайса, они стоят $200. Может, они сейчас даже дешевле. У меня столько много сейчас лежат, я просто какое-то время, где-то 4 месяца не носила. They're like sending me, and I'm like, now I have a few. And so basically, and then $200 a year membership through the app. So basically for, let's say, $200 a month, and if you divide that $200 a year for $220 a month, you'll know everything that you need to know how to eat properly. And you don't need any dietitian to tell you how to eat and what not to eat. Of course, we need to know certain rules, how to eat properly. An example, is the next slide about diet? Not yet, right? Okay, so we'll talk about diet. So I would say this is number 1 out of everything: metabolic health, testing microbiome, and wearing glucose to learn what is the diet for you. Because you learn, everything's going to spike. Anything that you're going to eat is going to spike. And what is not going to spike, you're going to check the mark. You're going to say, I ate this food at this time. It did not spike. That means it's great for me, my health. Simple as that. This is the great tool to learn about your foods and diets. Okay. No, I think no, because the first 2 months, you're going to just start learning. Then another month or maybe longer, not so many people just like, oh my God, we're habitual. We in the beginning, we take a long time to change something. So I would say 6 months to a year just to learn your habits. And what's going to happen after even wearing 6 months, you're going to love it so much that when you don't hear that police in because it will like literally scream. I'm in the plane, you guys. And with my daughter, we're flying to Hawaii, and I'm wearing my device, and I had one bite of apple. I was testing the craziest things, and it screams. Even though if it's on autopilot, it will scream like it's emergency, and you can't turn it down. It will scream, and I was like, oh wow, because they want to let you know that you're spiking. I was like, are you shitting me? It spiked one bite, and then I was like, oh, what about one little bite of walnut? If I can spike on empty stomach. Sorry, I'm cursing, but I was like, are you kidding me? A small little bite of walnut on empty stomach spiked on me. Doesn't mean it's gonna spike on you, but I was like, wow. So I literally had to learn when and how to eat. And I'll talk about this a little bit later in the diet section, how to actually properly set up your diet. Я же говорю, раньше это было для диабетиков, ты не мог это взять, у тебя не было телефона, где ты можешь, тебе нужно было колоть еще, понимаешь, да, я не знаю, там давали какой-то девайс, да, смотреть. Ну, раньше этого не было. Да. Ну, текстом, может быть. Ну, если у тебя есть доктор, но все равно тебе нужно зарегистрироваться levels. Они so amazing. Like, I love their app. They teach you so much. It's like you're basically paying $200 a membership to have an app. And then you can have your Dexcom order from your clinician. You can maybe charge through your health insurance. I'm not saying you have to buy the box every month. Go ahead if you can do that, but you still have to buy a membership to use the app because the app is so incredible. Do you understand? So that's you guys. If you take anything out of this presentation tonight, and it's going to be a lot of information, because what I've learned in 10 years and what I'm learning now, I am like the best of the best. It might be too much for you, but this is the best takeaway. Microbiome test, and this, if you can just take away from this meeting today, you're going to be already changing your health for better. So, next, тестирование МРТ. And this новое тестирование, слышали про Принува? От меня. I just learned about Prinuva myself last year, and it's a brand new device on the market, about 2.5 years. And we have 2 locations now, one here in Brentwood, actually here, and one maybe even just Beverly Hills. Okay, Beverly Hills, and this one right here. Yeah. So what Prenuva does, it's MRI, it's the newest MRI machine that scans your whole body for 200 million cells in your body. It will tell you what's going on at every level. So I did it. It's super expensive. It's $2,500 right now. Insurance doesn't cover it. I have a $300 скидка, если вы хотите. Я не зарабатываю деньги, они просто мне говорят, если кому нужно, давайте. Я говорю, окей. Ты в эту машину ложишься час. Единственное, что если кто-то чувствует себя катастрофик, вам нужно будет highly recommend. У меня проблема выговорить это слово. Нужно будет попросить у доктора Xanax, который тебя расслабит, потому что я почти еле выдержала. Последние 5 минут я такая... И я причем нечаянно взяла мелатонин 20 миллиграмм, знаешь, когда subconscious, ты боишься, и что-то я хотела другую витаминку взять, и закинула мелатонин. И мне это помогло расслабиться, но последние 5 минут меня начало трясти. Поэтому очень highly recommend, if you're going to do this, ask for Xanax to make you feel smooth and relaxed. Prenuva, P-R-E, N-O, Prenuvo, F-O, Prenuvo. P-R-E-N-O-V-O, Prenuvo, MRI full body scan. So a quick example. I was thinking I'm going to go, because I'm a biohacker, I tried it all. I'm even going to go into do gene therapy, plasma exchange this year. We'll talk about that later, but I'm going to try it. I'm pretty healthy. I'm just, I'm curious, maybe they'll find something, but I don't know. And I thought, well, if they find something, maybe, I don't know, something in my stomach. I don't know, because I'm taking so many vitamins. Maybe I thought maybe they'll find, sure enough, they found something in my lungs. And they told me, hey, go and do the CT scan of lungs. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I remember we were together and I ran right away and I did the CT scan lungs. And it came back, I had a lesion almost 2 centimeters. I'm freaked, guys. But that time I was freaking out. For next 2 weeks, I had a doctor appointment. For that 2 weeks, I'm already like thinking, fuck, I'm like thinking, what kind of the death certificate I need to leave for my daughter, what kind of finances. I'm like already trying to die. I'm like thinking I have a cancer, whatever, the pretty big lesion. I'm like, usually lesions are like that. It's cancerous lesions, Lesion это как рубец, уплотнение, рубец, в lungs. I was shocked. That was the last resort that I think they're going to find something in my lungs. And that happens a lot. I have a couple of clients who actually sent before me, and they found something as well in their body, 3 cancers. So we're taking actions. If they didn't do this, they would have deadly cancers. So anyways, now I just, this week, actually, I went for another CT scan. I had a first doctor who was a clown. A lot of doctors are clowns. He told me, oh yeah, lesion is pretty big. You need to go do biopsy. I'm like, okay, me in the health business, I'm not doing biopsy. I already done mycotoxin test. We'll talk about this, another test. We can actually talk about mycotoxin test, which everyone should be doing. It's all about getting to know what toxins do you have in your body from pesticides, herbicides, gas, environmental toxins. And those, everybody, all of us, we have mycotoxins. And some bodies cannot detoxify easy, which it's me. We are holding up. We're just building, and we need extra push to detoxify. And I'll talk about detoxification in a bit. So my body is full of toxins right now, at the moment, not right now, but there's one toxin that is pretty high. When I read, it says, oh, that toxin will lead to lung problems and later on lung cancer if I would not clean this up. I'm reading this. I'm sitting at a doctor. I'm showing him this mycotoxin test. Literally, he takes this test like this. yeah, I don't believe in this. We need to do biopsy. I'm like, thank you. I left. I called my girlfriend. Thank God her husband is a director of Siddhar Sinai. I said, give me the best pulmonologist in town. They get me right away, the best pulmonologist. They got me in right away, Dr. David MG. I went to see him. He opens up the CD. I already done, guys. I already did Grail test for all the cancerous cells, which is another $1,000 to test all your precancerous cells before you know if you have something like that. I've done that. It became negative. I came to him. I'm like, all my tests. This is my CT scan. He looks it up. He's like, you're super healthy. All your blood tests are healthy. Your cancerous test, it's all healthy. Looking at this, it's like, it's inflammation. It's not even a lesion like rubets или там это, просто inflammation. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck is this. He literally said, I don't know what the fuck is this. I'm like, oh my God, good to know. He's like, I said, what else we can do to know more? He's like, there's one more cancer cells particular for lung. We'll just do that. I was like, let's do it. Draw the blood. 1 week later, he calls me. He's like, you fine, negative. He's like, just do another CT scan in 3 months, and then we'll continue watching it. So I just did it. I had a phone call yesterday with him. He's like, it's going down. It's going down, and I will share with you how I'm bringing my inflammation down right now in my lungs. So a little bit later. Okay, so MRI test. If you guys got extra cash and you want to do that at least once, peace of mind, hey, everything in my body is fine. I don't have anything sitting there that needs to be get attention. Do it. I always say this year, I was supposed to go to Aspen with my girlfriends. And I canceled the trip because I did the pre-nuva. Don't buy that extra bag. Don't buy that extra shoe. Save that money to do the MRI. That's what I say. All right, next. Естественно, потом нам нужно через functional доктора найти хорошего alternative medicine или functional доктор, чтобы вас могли протестировать на тяжелые металлы. Тяжелые металлы у нас у всех есть. Is the question there? Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm not going in and out. Heavy metals, we all have heavy metals. And heavy metals is another, yeah, go ahead. Oh, it's a brain fog, it's a low energy, it's cancer, it's autoimmune disease. It's literally, if you have, you guys, this is another thing. If you have heavy metals and mycotoxins in your body, and you start doing other modalities and not cleaning your heavy metals and mycotoxins first, it's just you're throwing your money and it's an expensive fee and it's not going to move your needle. First, what we need to do, of course, test your microbiome, but along with to test your heavy metals and mycotoxins, and then start cleansing. There's some modalities to detoxify heavy metals and molds. In fact, the lesion that I have, or not lesion, whatever, inflammation in my lung is actually due to mold. Because I did another mold test and it came back that I have a mold. And I talked to another longevity doctor because I talked to everybody. I was like, I need to figure out what exactly is this. He goes, a lot of patients who live in the desert, Arizona, and I live in the Palm Springs area for the past 5 years. He said, we have a lot of mold lesions in the lung. It's from the air. We have a lot of sand. We have a lot of stuff going on in the desert. So that's what I have. So now I have a certain company, Cell Core, that I am taking to clean that up. And that is showing that mold lesion is shrinking down, means I'm cleansing my body, right? So very important to start cleansing your body. And we cleanse our body these days, not just once. It's a protocol at all times because we live in such a toxic environment from food, pesticides, herbicides, water, breathing. I mean, everything is like freaking toxins. It's just the way we live. And now we have to adapt, and knowing that we need to add these protocols to clean our body constantly. I would say every 6 months deep clean, and have certain things in your daily routine, constantly moving the liver, moving your colon, binders, black, черный этот уголь. Не каждый день, ну, ты можешь пропить 7 дней, отдохнуть 20 дней, 7 дней, то есть чтобы move your toxins out. So there's great modalities to move, like an example, energy bites, you'll see later, it's the chlorella, it's the greens, also moves the toxins. But you take that every day, your skin's gonna start glowing, you are introducing good stuff to your microbiome, and it detoxifies your body. All right, so тесты на гормоны. Блин, это всем нужно, особенно женщинам, мы должны знать наши все маркеры гормоны. Я не гормон-доктор, я знаю про гормоны, но самое главное, когда вы будете сдавать на гормоны, please find a specialist, because none of the gynecologists or your physicians will know shit about hormones. They just do this simple test, and they'll be like, oh, you're fine. But they haven't tested your serotonin levels, your iron levels. They haven't tested many other markers that are so important that actually, if we're not hormonally balanced, everything goes out of special, especially for us girls. We have mood swings, we have anger, we have no sex drive, we have many other things, as you know, as a woman. So hormones, make sure you ask your specialist to test for serotonin. Serotonin is the most important marker that you need to know. If your serotonin level is low, that means you cannot digest properly iron. And if you have low iron, you're losing hair, you have no energy. Basically, low serotonin, it's a marker for any disease and cancer. Simple as that. So serotonin level, any test that you do, you need to know your serotonin levels. Печень УЗИ. Печень, она самый большой орган, отвечает за детоксикацию и молодость организма, правильно? Что у нас, опять-таки, токсины там собираются. Now these days, there's a lot of fatty liver disease. Before, fatty liver disease was only for people who would be alcoholics. Or, I don't know, now, pretty much from what I know, I have a friend who now, my dear friend, they have a company which is Deliverance, one of the best products in the world right now. It's a herbal supplementation. I've been taking it for a year and a half, and now finally I became friends with them in the past month. So it's the formulation is so amazing. You take this every day, it just moves your liver. And no matter how many products I take this. My liver is beautiful right now. And so they have this scan that they started, they putting it everywhere, one in Orange County, they bring one in LA as well. It's called it's called fiber scan. Literally 10 minutes procedure, it's like a УЗИ. Ты ложишься, и они тебя пшик-шик-шик, и они знают, что у тебя с ливером, liver density, liver fatty liver, they'll tell you everything. So, может быть, у вашего доктора вы можете, в принципе, спросить, пусть назначит вам сделать liver УЗИ. Everyone needs to know where your liver is once a year, because we're eating, we do all this thing, and liver is the number one. Yeah, ultrasound. Это fibroscan. Да, это просто новая машина, которая тебе не нужно идти к доктору, ты просто записался, стоит $250 это тест. Скоро они будут available в Лос-Анджелесе, просто дайте мне знать, я с этими друзьями. Fibroscan.
Надо говорить, потому что они не знают.
Да, поэтому я говорю, вы доктору скажите, я хочу УЗИ на почте, да, и они могут прописать, а так они ничего не будут прописывать, поэтому я же говорю вам points. Говорите, мне нужно serotonin levels посмотреть, мне нужно УЗИ на печень сделать, вы прям должны приходить, и доктор educate. You need to do this, and if they so, why do you need to do this? Do you have any issues, problems?
You have an anxiety.
Yeah, and you say, yes, I have an issue, because for their code, they need to write it down that, yes, this patient has an issue. Otherwise, you can't just say, oh, do it because I want to know for my health reasons. They're not going to, give you that code. So anyways, this is, guys, like, this is so amazing. And their formulation is so good. Okay, next. Тестирование на витамины и минералы очень важно, потому что у нас у всех есть deficiency. И когда у нас есть deficiency, мы постоянно going in and out. Иногда у нас нормальный витамин D, иногда у нас очень низкий, иногда у нас нужно специальный аминоасид, и там витамины такой. И то есть это тоже делается раз в год, и ты сделал себе через доктора, потому что нужно идти what's diagnostics, draw the blood. But I would say normal doctors, they don't even test for many vitamins and amino acids and minerals. So I would say find a functional doctor that you like and do every 6 months or once a year a big test. So you have peace of mind, you know where you're working with. In that year, you actually looking at your paper, you say, okay, I'm gonna add these and these and these and vitamins for my body that needs for this year. Simple as that. And what does it do? It will, the amino acid, the minerals, again, the hair, the skin, everything that in our body is a chain reaction of vitamins and minerals that we actually sustain our beauty and energy and use. Anyways, okay. Now, диета. Естественно, первое, это level глюкоз нужно одевать. Второе. Кстати, я дала всем такой листочек, я не знаю, вы знаете доктор Ганджи, некоторые, может, знают, не знают. Я знаю, он заклевал, но у него, конечно, есть, да, он became super huge. He's like in every biohacking conference now speaking too. And people actually, even the scientists, they really respect him for his research and what he does. It's not just the gimmick that he's came up with this, little list, or he has these rules that he came up. He was, I'm sure you guys know his. Конечно, а как ты хотела? Да, ему уже нужно продать свои витаминки. Но это всегда так, это всегда. Да. До amino acids. У меня есть очень классный стак, Perfect Amino Acids. Если вы хотите, потому что все research, который я делала, is the best companies in vitamins. Да, просто я начала эти аминопиц, столько энергии, и я сейчас начала, кстати, спортом заниматься, lifting weights 3 times a week, and my trainer is like, we're upping our weight, and he's like, are you sore? I'm like, no. He's like, seriously? Let's do it more. Are you sore? I'm like, no. He's like, what is there? I was like, I'm a biohacker, but I take these amino acids that actually give my muscles and my cells a really good power, so I'm not sore. Why are you sore? Because when you don't have enough vitamins, your body vitamins, and that's trying to pull, and they're getting sick, and I'm tired. So amino acids are so important. So завтрак. Очень важно начинать день с правильного завтрака, да, потому что если мы не начнем правильно день завтрака, то весь день у нас будет роллер-костер, у нас будет hunger issues, we're gonna do the lot of snackings because we're not full enough, we didn't feed our body in the morning with the nice, proper fat and protein and fiber. And then you're gonna say, oh, I'm hungry again in 1-2 hours, you're gonna start snacking. So the main thing is, how do we start our morning? I would say I start my morning with a huge glass of warm water and electrolytes. For me, it's different every day. Like if I do squeeze lemon every day, for my acid in my body, it doesn't like that. So I do once a week lemon. Mostly I do my electrolytes and this particular salt. This salt blend, this is amazing. My friend from Canada, the way they harvest the salt, yeah, you can pass around. The way they harvest the salt, I put that in my big glass of water, stir it, and I have literally 16 ounces right away. Or we'll talk about more water in a little bit. I add hydrogen peels to water. What it does, it's right away activates your cells and hydrates your body and every cell in your body. Hydrogen, which I have the hydrogen machine there. This is easy and faster because you put the pill, takes about 30 seconds to, to dissolve, and you drink it right away. So this is amazing to start to, yes, to replenish. I make it like Yeah, the salt. No, yeah, anytime. If you make the salt in the water, I usually put that teaspoon or tablespoon, depends on my графин, какой большой. Я миксую, я целый день его пью. Да, да, да. No, I'm just talking about hydrogen. No. Проснешься. No, you need to, like in the next 10-15 minutes, you need to replenish your dehydrated body and your liver to clean, to move, and your cells to replenish with electrolytes to become alive, right? Why I'm talking to do the fast one is the hydrogen pills, because the brown gas that evaporates if you be sitting in the water, it doesn't make any anymore, doesn't have any никаких больше нет. Нужно положила таблеточку hydrogen и выпила, когда она растворилась сразу. Потому что здесь газ, здесь, да. Yes, I was just about to say that. Okay, so another thing you can do, teaspoon, and you start on a glass, 16 ounces. You start small. Don't do right away a big teaspoon or tablespoon, because your acid, you gotta kind of like give you in the stomach, different acid. People have different problems. Like an example, my body doesn't like apple cider vinegar. So you gotta go and see which one works for you. Is it the lemon? Is the apple cider vinegar? Is that the hydrogen? Is that the electrolytes? But replenishing right away the next 10 minutes, we'll wake up with a big glass of warm water, has some electrolytes, is really important. First, yeah, high acidic, yeah, mine. So you just have to kind of listen to your body. Yeah, or like I personally don't like it. So what I do a lot of electrolytes, and I do celery juice 3 times a week, 16 ounces on empty stomach, and then I wait 30 minutes to eat or drink anything, because you gotta let the celery juice to work the magic. I learned that from Medical Medium. I don't know if you guys know Medical Medium. So he teaches that. There's a whole book about celery juice and blah, blah, blah. So I personally don't do it every day, but people who have arthritis, celery juice would be amazing. I've heard some people who do that. They're like, oh my God, my fingers, I feel so much better. I don't have pain. So, that's a great. So then I also do, and some days, because as a human being, we kind of like get tired from the same things, right? So the key is constantly diversity. Don't do every day the lemon or this and that. So then I still will do the electrolytes, but I right away after that, I make a hot bone broth. I cook bone broth for my daughter's soups every day. We're Russian, so I have that freeze, and I just, give her soup. But personally, I forgot to bring today. I found this pouch. I used to do the powder, but I found this liquid pouch, which now this girl is my friend too. It's called Beauty and the Broth. Her liquid bone broth is the most cleanest on the market. It's made from grass-fed cows' bones. And she manufactures him here in Ojai, in an amazing factory. And so I just put the pouch, I put hot water, and I have amazing bone broth. It heals my gut on empty stomach. It's collagen. And then she has chicken, she has beef. So you switch around. So it is so amazing. You guys start introducing bone broth in the morning. It will literally hit you. It's very concentrated, and it's, yeah. Huh? No, it's no calories, yeah. Beauty and the Broth. Beauty and the Broth. Huh? Okay. Ну, я не знаю, я не нашла, не знаю, кто-то знает вариант, может, вы знаете. Потому что коллаген-то он в bones. Ну, из чего он сделан? Из водорослей. Может быть, да, из водорослей. Возможно. Ты знаешь, да, какой? Окей. В общем, I personally eat meat and I clean grass fed. But again, yeah, you try it. Huh? But what I'm saying, the bone broth is so healing, so good. And what do you Mhm. What you can do? Да, да. Можешь нет, там нету коллаген же из костей. Это самое то, что нужно для bone density. Remember, you guys, we're getting older. And I just had a talk with this guy who actually is a leading doctor in the United States for teaching people for, he says that women are more prone to falling and breaking the bones more than men. So we are, because our hormones and how to strengthen your bone. It's the collagen. And also there's modalities to be on the power plates to shake your body. That strengthens your bone density, number one. So those two things, right? In you, weights, yes, thank you. Weights, shaking your body, either it's the trampoline, it's using power plate, which shakes your body, and the bone broth. You can literally reverse osteoporosis, which he said he reversed osteoporosis, and he's 79. Grandma who was in so much pain, he reversed her, and he actually helped also reverse Tony Robbins. He worked with him for 2 years, reversed his osteoporosis. So, and he said these are things that they work. And a diet as well. So it's a proper diet. It's a bone broth. It's the it's the weights, doing the weights, and moving your lymphatic system on a trampoline or the power plate, which you stand on it and it shakes your body, which I just got it and I love it so much. Anyways, really quick, coffee. I know this is gonna be okay. So coffee. Don't ever drink coffee right away when you just wake up. You got to wait 1 hour when you introduce coffee in your in the morning, because the way it works on a hormonal level, there's a ground, there's the scientific thing. I'm not going to go into it. Basically, wait 1 hour. Do not add sugar or milk, or especially any nut milk in your diets, which we have oat milk, almond milk, this. Don't, Какой? I was just about to say, just the coconut milk, if it's a clean pressed without any gum, additives. I personally love the one at Erewhon. It's pretty expensive, but I don't drink a lot of coconut milk. For me, it's more like, it's my kind of like a little taste that I have, a couple of times a month. Because it has, yeah, how many almonds would you eat in a day? Do you imagine how many almonds in that milk that you actually not helping your digestive system, and you're just storing all that stuff in your fat tissues and all that? You don't need it. It's basically polluting your body. So don't do it, especially oat milk. Maybe almond a little bit if you want. If you homemade, not a lot, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Everything is in moderation, right? So, well, there's a science behind why you have to wait. When the body wakes up, there's certain processes going on. I don't really know right now technical terminology, but you need to let your cortisol level to wake up for it to properly start working, and only then you can introduce coffee. So basically, you don't want to crash your cortisol levels before they wake up. So that's the reason. So don't add milk or sugar. What you do the best to add grass-fed butter and coconut oil, which is MTC oil, which is a bulletproof coffee. Dave Asprey, he's a big in biohacking world. So what it does, so you take brew coffee, you mix it in a smoothie, like a blender, a little bit of now they sell bulletproof MCT, kind of already mixed grass-fed butter with MCT oil with cinnamon, which helps to spike your glucose, right? And so this little drink, after you've done your bone broth, your celery, your a lot of water, you have, if you drink coffee, you can have that bulletproof coffee and can go for another 2-3 hours of fasting, which I'll talk about fasting. It will feed you up and it will burn more fat, you guys. It will burn fat. You will be amazing. I cannot drink coffee. I cannot metabolize coffee. Sean Wells, which is behind this drink, he's the greatest chemist in the world. He said that 80% of people cannot metabolize coffee. Yes, they cannot. So only 20% can metabolize coffee. So he has this special formulation that he patented. It's called Perizantal, which you take that pill and it actually helps you to have that energy, beautiful, smooth energy, no crashes, and you sleep great. So it doesn't really, so I do it like once a week because I like to taste the coffee, and I do it with butter because I know if I need to go to that extra fast in a day till noon, that will power me through and it will burn the fat. So that's the kind of like, no, okay, so не метаболайз, плохо спишь, даже с утра, у тебя все равно кофеин не метаболайз, он стоит у тебя очень долго. Он стоит несколько дней в твоем организме. Он тебя не детоксифай, потому что есть ресерч, где кофеин очень плохо для токсинов, они сидят, для гормонов плохо. Да, то есть 80% он не метаболайз. А есть люди, которые быстро выводят, прям, выводят. А в основном, например, я не вывожу. Ну, потому что я знаю, что я джиттери, я плохо сплю. Джиттери это, ну, ты такая, знаешь, у тебя не calm energy, ты такая, куда побежала, хайпер, да, хайпер. Ага. Да, то есть это значит не метаболайз your...
Кстати, я делала много лет назад.
Они тебе сказали, да?
Да.
Ну вот, все, видишь, да.
Все такое было.
Да, я тоже, поэтому я знаю, даже когда первый раз чашку кофе я выпила в жизни, я, о май гад. So anyway, next.
So what about Italians then? What about cappuccino?
It's a coffee culture.
It's a coffee culture, you know what I mean? I don't know, look. Uh-huh. Chicory, yeah, the herbs are good. Cinnamon. Chicory is actually also a great herb you can add to coffee. Cinnamon для того, чтобы your glucose didn't spike. У нас в основном мы spike the glucose, и cinnamon очень классный herb, который успокаивает, у него много очень таких healthy medicinal, especially for glucose. Cinnamon is great for glucose, basically. Инсулин. Да, в кофе, я постоянно в кофе добавляю, или же пилс, если ты можешь... Нет, он не делает, но просто если у тебя уже по-настоящему, потому что многие даже проснулись, у них уже spike glucose, девочки. У многих людей ты проснулся, и у тебя уже глюкоз out of the roof. Все. И плюс я говорю, что cinnamon, он помогает успокаивать глюкоз. Chicory is one of the roots that... Цикорий, да. То есть он тоже такой... В России, да, они там. Да. Нет, coffee with grass-fed butter and MCT oil не нарушает голодание. No, I don't know what videos you're watching, but it's already proven that it's not, and you can even test it on yourself. Like I've tested grass-fed butter and MCT. You just can Google on Amazon bulletproof MCT oil, and you'll see that they have mixture with grass-fed butter and MCT oil. Or you can just do grass-fed butter from your store and have a teaspoon, or you can even go up to tablespoon in a coffee, and it will give you a great energy. You'll be in the ketosis, and it's a great way to actually prolong your fasting. Everyone has those little cute little yeah, so it's super easy. You just pop in the coffee and blend it. Okay, so Завтрак. Опять-таки, возвращаемся к глюкозу, правильное питание. Мы начинаем всегда каждую пищу, девочки, с растения. Мы начинаем coat our stomach, это салат, это овощи, cooked. Очень осторожно, смотрите, если у вас your gut microbiome is not healthy right now, и у вас много газов, and acidity, high кислота, stay away from raw foods right now because it will give you even more bloating. If you have SIBO, don't do a lot of raw. So you need to know if your microbiome, SIBO, you know what SIBO? SIBO is SIBO. A lot of people have SIBO, and you'll know if you have acid, bloating, you just don't feel good. Every time you eat, you feel bloated. So you know that you have SIBO. So SIBO is a small intestinal overgrowth bacteria. It's sitting right here in the small intestines. And the way to clean it only through antibiotics and proper diet for a month. Yes, it's a very strict kind of like cleaning up. But so with SIBO, you don't do raw. So only raw vegetables, a lot of people do like raw. Only if you have a good microbiome, healthy stomach, then you can start. Huh? SIBO. Like when you go to your doctor, you should tell them, I want to test for SIBO. Да. Вот, SIBO. Yes, да, но они такие complicated, слушай, they're super complicated. My Оксанка, she ordered, she's like, can you please come and do it with me? It's like you have to give yourself 4 hours in the morning. There's a routine. I'm like, oh my God, it's complicated. If you're not into this, I can do it. But if you guys not into it, like, you're not going to move that needle. Just go to a doctor and they'll do it for you. It's as simple as that. And insurance actually takes care of that. So you don't need to order. Bloating, gas, indigestion, like acid. You just feel, every time you eat, you feel like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like you have pain in your stomach. So that's a SIBO. And like you got to take care of that if you have that. Huh? Это food sensitivity. That's totally different. Food sensitivity. Они, ну да, это просто у тебя not intolerance of черешни, это particular, да. Да. Окей, давайте быстренько поговорим, потому что некоторым нужно уже бежать. Подождите, нет, верните обратно. Значит, мы начинаем любую еду только... Да, конечно. Сейчас. Давай, стаканчик, держи, наливай. Мы начинаем всегда любую еду, завтрак, обед, ланч, запомните всегда только с фруктов и овощей. Все. Мы coating our stomach. Why? We're prepping our digestive system for not to spike the glucose. Я сейчас объясню, когда можно фрукты. Да, я расскажу, когда. Мы начинаем кушать. Все, овощи, фрукты сначала. Потом мы едим good fats. That's like avocado. That's like, козий сыр, масло оливковое, может, ну, что good fats, да, там, может, какие-то эти. Потом мы, after that, we eat proteins. Some people vegetarians, you can eat the chickpeas, all together actually with the salad already. But for us who eat meat, we eat that after salad, good fat, protein. And that's the way we step into our digestive system, prepping our digestive for not to spike the glucose. No, right away. You just start with salad.
It's gonna mix.
No, because the way you digest, it's digesting, it's already setting up your digestion. It's not like you're in 1 minute, you're going to eat all of it, right? So you still take 10 minutes to eat, right? So the first 2 minutes, you eat the salad, the vegetables. Then the next 2-3 minutes, you eat the fats. And then you introduce the digestive system. The system is so fast, you guys. When you start wearing the glucose, you'll see how spontaneous it goes and creates this crazy glucose spike right away. The body is so smart. We've got to feed our body in a level of like nutrients, not because we want to eat and feel good. You got to look it through like micro lens and how do I'm going to feed my body? Our body just needs nutrients. The body doesn't understand inside emotional. Oh, I feel good. I'm going to have this chocolate. It's all in your mind. The microbiome, it's the total biology chemically. You got to look at this as a chemist. What are you putting in your body and how it's going to digest and what it's going to do? That means it's your health, it's longevity, it's youth, your skin, your wrinkles. I mean, guys, it's like, it's crazy. So, then, okay, so if you wanted to add, a lot of people like bread, especially Russians, you can't go without our bread. So the only bread that you can do the sourdough, which is, we know sourdough bread is good. And then there's different breads in the market. You can write it down. There's a good bread, actually, I've heard from one of the specialists at Hero, Hero. It's a zero carb. If you're worried about carbs, which can be good, for your clients or yourself. Hero, Hero. You can only buy online, and they have great tortillas. They have white and wheat breads. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, check it out. Zero carbs for sure. But sourdough or Hero, or there's Erewhon, they have some really good, breads that don't have yeast, don't have like wheat. So, but I stay away from gluten because in my gluten sensitivity, it's not good for years, and I don't touch it. I mean, I do have sourdough bread once in a while. If I'm in Italy, I will eat some good bread. If I'm in France, I will eat it, but I will take digestive pills with me to help to digest whatever can be digestible to move. And there's some great, actually histamine, which has to do that you cannot digest certain like gluten. Like lately, I can't digest alcohol, but let's say I'm out, I want to have a glass of wine and I want to eat nice Italian pasta. I will pop this pill and it will help to break down my histamine and my, before, yeah. And so this is a great, but doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. You know what I mean? This is like a cheat sheet. So because we live in the world, we still want to do fun stuff, right? So, and that's what we help with these little tools. Okay. So, and then, okay, so let's talk about fruits really quick. Do we need fruits in our life? Yes, we do need fruits. But you have to remember, we have 4 seasons in life. 4 seasons, which when the most fruits are in season? You tell me. And fall. Yeah, usually it's end of summer and beginning of fall. So it's August, September, right? Mostly where we pick up our fruits. So that's when you actually want to eat the most fruits. And the hack to eat fruits, there's 2 ways to eat fruits. First thing in the morning, on empty stomach before you even have the water, or you wait 30 minutes, you have your drink, and that would be as your breakfast, just a small bowl of diversity of different fruits, only in the season. That means late summer, beginning of fall. We are prepping ourselves for winter. We are getting our vitamins and nutrients from proper locally sourced fruits that is digestible. They will spike a little glucose, but it's healthy glucose because you're getting your vitamins and nutrients that your body needs to go in hibernation in the winter time. Do you understand? All year round, you will only eat wild blueberries. Wild. And wild blueberries, they sell only at the frozen section in the frozen bags. Whole Foods has them, everyone has them. I'm not sure else, but just look. Wild, gospel, yeah. Wild, because the way they picked in the wild, they have more density of the antioxidants that we need in our body. If you just buy expensive freaking $8 blueberries that are big like that, have you tasted them? That it's plain water. There's no antioxidant left in the way they grow them in the farms. So the wild blueberries are small. They're rich. If you put them in your finger, it's hard to wash out. So the blue thing has the
Как у нас в лесу, да.
В лесу, в тайге, слушай, мы набирали, мы проу сделали, кушали, да, почернели, язык, блин, это. То есть, all year round, wild blueberries, you guys, that's the must to have.
Окей. Когда у нас зима,
Что мы
мы
кушаем?
получаем лето,
Ну,
ты нам засылают.
мы не можем их есть, потому что they will spike the glucose. And they're not good for you because your microbiome is sitting here. You're breathing everything that is here, right? Эти как пчелы, pollutants, все, мы дышим, мы живем. Мы должны питаться наш microbiome, все, что здесь вокруг. Locally sourced, basically, and by season. By season. Да. Все остальное your body will say it's a corner, will spike glucose, will not digest, and you don't need it, guys, because all the fruits will spike glucose besides blueberries, and only time when you eat the fruits, which is the seasonal, that's it. So, and another hack to eat fruits, if you start wearing glucose and they do spike a lot in the morning, like it goes to 200 and it stays for a while, just don't eat it. Maybe see and add that after a big meal. You eat your meal and then you can add something sweet like fruits. That will help lessen the glucose, the spike. Also, every time you eat, you need to move your body. For the next 60 minutes, when everything is digesting, you can go for a 20-minute walk. None of us have time. So what you do, you jump. You do the exercise, literally, you're like being stupid. You like jump, you do sits up for like 15, 20 minutes. It helps the glucose, the insulin to help to metabolize, and it's not gonna spike as that. But once you start wearing, you'll know it's not gonna be too many spikes if you eat right foods. But if something that you're gonna eat is gonna spike, just go for a walk or jump for 10 minutes, literally, so that will help. Banana has the biggest spike in everyone. It literally spikes and stays so long. Grapes too. Grapes, banana, you guys. Nobody needs, Watermelon is okay. Watermelon actually helps detoxifies liver. Watermelon is like a water that moves. That one is okay, glucose. Yeah, just not banana. Don't put smoothies, bananas, any fruits. And I'll tell you my best smoothie recipe. In the morning, I also do, besides my завтрак, я делаю смузи. То есть это простая вода, моя заряженная, или кокосовая вода, 16 to 24 ounces. О, да, моя дочь. Потом половина авокадо, good fat, зелень, dandelion to move your liver, toxins, rucola, anything that is a bitter food we put in a smoothie to move toxins and help the liver to detoxify. That means also helping your hormones proper function. Одуванчик, потом... Да, прям режешь и все туда. Collard greens, spinach, arugula. You go to your store and every week you pick something one. This week I'm gonna just do spinach smoothie. Next week I'm gonna do just collard greens. The next one I'm gonna do dandelion, or mix dandelion and put parsley, put cilantro. I mean, yeah, I actually started doing arugula. I was like, oh my God, I was like surprised. So all these things, why we're doing smoothies, to help digestive system and toxins to move through this. Подожди, не уходи, Андра. Потом я люблю добавлять немножко порошок протеина. Столько много, да. Я принесла здесь. Я люблю компанию этой модели El Macpherson. Her name is, do you remember that brand?
I don't remember the brand, but I know.
That it'll come to me, but if do you guys have kids? I know you have kids. Do you have kids? So she has
Тяжелые металлы, не считаете, что они
да, поэтому нужно очень be careful which one you pick. And the same goes for all these vitamins. Most vitamins on the market, you guys, full of heavy metals, and toxicity. So do not take anything that if you go online to that particular brand and you look at their research, you're going to look at on the bottom and see third party tested. Tested for heavy metals, tested for everything that is coming with the vitamins. So all these brands are top brands that have been tested, clean. And I know myself because it took me 4 years to clean all my heavy metals. It's a long process, you guys. I've spent thousands of dollars, different doctors. A lot of them don't know shit. I had to pay $5,000 to this best doctor who just does heavy metals. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pay because nothing else works. These clowns, they give me some pills. Oh yeah, this one will clean your body, but you have to test your liver every 4 weeks for it not to fail. I'm like, I'm cleaning toxins, but yet I'm ruining my liver. Like seriously? Like, wow, these people, MD doctors, they know shit. So anyways, so make sure you read, when you buy your vitamin, you go particular brand. Now everything should be available online. If they don't have that information, you don't buy it. So, быстренько закончим. Вы сделали фотографию, да? Maca powder, amazing for hormone balance. Maca powder. They sell at Erewhon. I put it every day. Just literally gives you this high lubrication. It's amazing, guys, for women and men too. Men too. And moringa powder is a beauty power in Hollywood for a long time. Is a beauty for skin, glow. Moringa has so many antioxidants. It's just such a beautiful. I always put moringa in my. But then I got collagen. I did семена и как бы ice to make it kind of like full. Make sure you don't drink your smoothie through the straw or gulp it, because what are you going to do? Again, you spike your glucose. Your body is not ready to digest. You wanted to make it, put more greens, so it's kind of a chewable. So you sip it and you chew it. You let the enzymes slowly to digest. That's the key for drinking properly smoothie. Not the ones we're seeing and, you know, those are not good. Full of sugar, they'll spike your glucose, don't do it. So make sure it's a slow process, almost like chew those зелень. Okay, so обед опять также тот же принцип.
What about frozen bananas?
No, bananas, just bananas. Yeah, the only guys you do want to do bananas, green bananas. Or plantains, green plantains. Но они зато полезные в каком-то смысле. У них нету, at least, not so big of a sugar spike, потому что когда banana ripened, it's a different chemical reaction. It has too much sugar, too much stuff that you don't need it. So that's what they say. If you want to do banana, it's super green. Обед то же самое, да, мы начинаем зелень, такой же процесс. Потом мой снак. У меня как бы больше такой как keto paleo diet, и это больше как inflammation diet. Any inflammation that you have in the body, it will get rid of it. There's no, and we'll talk about yes and no's about food. So my snack usually around 3 to 4 p.m. And I'd like to have a cup of beautiful green tea. I buy only leaves tea from Japan. And also I make sure now these days you can actually even look and see, making sure there's no heavy metals in your teas, because now a lot of tea bags, make sure don't buy tea bags, because they all bleach. They have all this nasty stuff. And so if you do drink a tea, make sure it's a high quality tea. I like to order from Japan. Or China, a lot of China, India teas, they have so many chemicals, you guys, so don't buy it. I stopped buying those stuff.
Taiwan.
I don't know about Taiwan, but I would say Japan and Hawaii for me. Hawaii has the most beautiful volcanic soil. Their teas are so clean and amazing. And their brands, I've tested a couple of brands. Usually from black tea, I have acid every time I drink. Hawaiian black tea is the only one that doesn't have acid in my body. It tells you that it's super clean, has a lot of minerals, that actually is not ждет вашу lining. Я могу выслать, я просто не помню. Да, да. Онлайн, everything is online. Я могу потом выслать, да. Сделай research, что много сейчас в Гавайях хороших тем. It's you can eat them if you want at the end of the meal. But once you start eating your salads first, your vegetables first, your fat second, your protein third, at the end of the day, you're going to be so satiated, so full. Maybe you'll have a 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of your brown rice if you want. Brown rice actually is better to be white rice than brown. It's already been proven. White is better now. Yeah, digest easy, and brown has too many arsenic, which is a heavy metals. Then you started probably eating rice first. Spike your glucose every time. This is the tip for you guys. Every time you ate food and you feel tired after food, your glucose is out of the roof. Your body doesn't know what to do. It's working so hard to process this food. You are tired. You're like, I wish I could take a nap. It happens in the morning, in the daytime, anytime when you're not properly putting the fuel in your body. So if you're tired, you're spiking your glucose. That means that food is no good in your diet. You should eliminate forever. Simple as that. Yeah. So any carbs, the difficult, как они называются, difficult carbs, you put at the end if you want. If you want that little pasta, whatever, you just have at the end, and I promise you, you're not gonna eat it much. You're just gonna have 1 tablespoon and you'll be satisfied. That's it. So remember that. Да, 70. I know it's horrible. Like, yes, well, coconut sugar is no good. You guys look for monk fruit. The only sugar, let's talk about sugar. All sugars are bad. Coconuts, any syrups out there, Yukon syrup, whatever, agave, it's the biggest. See, okay, so the only sugar that you want to use, it's a best one out of all is monk fruit. Monk fruit sugar. If you wish to use it, don't overdo it. Yes, no, there's clean ones. I have clean ones because I personally don't like the taste of erythritol and the way I feel after that. So you can use erythritol, you can use monk fruit. Stevia would be last after the monk fruit, but stevia tastes horrible. I know, but it tastes so horrible. I don't know what they do to it. I don't know. I just don't do sugar at all. Yes, it's a questionable. So just do monk fruit, you guys. It tastes good. Put in your bakes, put in your whatever if you feel like. It's a good sugar. Basically, that's it. Anything else? Stop eating sugar. It's aging you. It's aging your skin. It gives you wrinkles. As soon as you stop eating sugar, you'll see how you're going to be glowing. You don't need to have Botox. You don't need to have fillers. You don't need to have anything because you're going to be glowing within and your skin's going to just starting feeling amazing. I promise you. Okay, so dates again. You can put sometimes in a smoothie, sometimes eat it after food because dates also spike glucose if you eat it on empty stomach. So better to eat it after food. Yeah, after dinner or after bed. Dates. Make sure you don't eat lots of сухофрукты. It's a big no. There's so much sugar because why? You got all the water out. Why we eat fruits? To replenish our water hydration. Fruits, it's mainly hydration and minerals. When you сухие фрукты, там нету жизни. Что ты из него возьмешь только один сахар, где у тебя будет спайк, и все остальное будет не нужно. Убирайте сухофрукты вообще. А орехи тоже не перебарщивайте с орехами. Орехи, потому что они жирные. Можно только, я читаю всегда, 2 орешка грецких, 1 масла, да. Ну, вы знаете, да, о маслах, что все seed oils, we cannot have any seed oils in our diets. Do not buy any seed oils. We only do grass. Avocado is good.
Avocado oil.
Avocado is good oil. Yeah. So grass fat.
Можно готовить.
На нем можно готовить, да. Топленое, grass fat butter, топленое масло, which is ghee. Таловый жир, which is so amazing. And not many people like the taste. Это знаете, да, что такое таловый жир? Таловый жир это как по-русски? Свиной жир. Сало, гусиный, свиной, там вот эти все жиры, они очень полезные, да. Да, and so оливковое масло, make sure you guys, there's so many bad olive masala on the market. They mix with other seed oils and you would not even know. You'll be like, why am I getting fat? Why am I sick? Because you're eating all this stuff. And so the best olive oil is in a dark glass bottle. Making sure. Don Gundry, I don't like his oil. It's too bitter. I don't like that. Yeah, there's so many amazing oils. They're expensive, but you don't cook in them. Remember that. We don't cook in olive oil. We only потребляем его raw in a salad. And what I love to do, tablespoon a day before I start eating. I cook my stomach with great olive oil. It's giving me so much fat, good for digestive system. Оливковое масло, столовую ложку, ну, там в обед или перед ужином прям выпила. И the best one is now cold pressed different oils from black cumin. This company makes the best cold pressed different seeds oil, black cumin, or walnut. There's some different ones. So all you need, literally teaspoon to tablespoon a day. Oh my God, your life will change. It will change. А что такое льняное по-английски? Тут есть flaxseed oil. No, but flaxseed, yeah, flaxseed is amazing. That's what I'm saying. This company has the most potent cold pressed oils that you can actually, they do. No, we're talking about seed miles, like seeds. Okay, so no, the seed oils, it's like canola oil, sunflower oil, растительное масло. Grapes is good. No, I mean, seed oil, yeah, grapes, yeah. So, у них, выйдите на их компанию, я, кстати, вам могу дать скидку, у них очень классные продукты, они the best. В принципе, это больше как на салат и ложечку. Да. Вот, да.
Я не знала.
Просто оливковое масло, grass fat butter. Я, кстати, девочки, расскажу вам смешную историю. Я поехала в марте на один ретрит в Монтане. Проходил он 6 дней. Этот хозяин этой компании мне звонит и говорит, you have to come with me. This is the best diet in the world. It's going to change your life and you're going to be unstoppable, healthy forever. I'm like, I'm jumping. It was like, he's like, I'm going to pay, it's $5,000, but he's like, I'll cover $2,000 for you and you just come. I'm like, okay. So I fly in literally in a week. And this lady who has huge following, she's been doing this for 30 years. She calls it lectin diet. I told you about lectin diet. So it's a funny story. It's called it's called what is it, this diet? Leptin diet. That means the most important hormone in our body is a leptin hormone. If we can have our leptin hormone under control, then every hormone in the body will start balancing out. So she has this whole diet. It's called leptin diet. I'm like, I want to learn something new. No, she's the only one in the world that has this diet that she developed. A lot of scientists, they know about leptin hormone, but they don't know how to activate and control. So she has this magic thing. I fly in, I'm there for 6 days, learning everything about cooking. It's literally from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 p.m. We're in the kitchen. She's showing the recipes. And the key of the leptin diet, guess what? Huh? Нет. Масло сливочное. Нужно кушать столько сливочного масла. Да, butter. Yeah, Switzerland diet, the cold countries diet, right? So this is what I figured out. It was good for me to do, and now I know. So literally a day, I had to eat a full pack of butter. Yes, you guys.
How did you feel? Natasha, how did you feel?
Okay, so I feel great. I feel great. The only thing I started fucking gaining weight. In 1 month, I gained 8 pounds. I was from 114 to 124, 10 pounds. I was never fat. Каждый день по 200 грамм я эти мороженое с маслом там целые жрала. Потом нужно было начинать каждую еду с маслом. Там какие-то болусы нужно было делать с goat cheese. Целое вот такое масло съедала. Короче, за день ты съедала целую 200 грамм масла. Я в жизни столько масла в магазине не покупала. Если бы камера была, о, эта девочка пришла, набрала кучу масла. У меня за неделю выходило $60 на масло. Ну, grass-fed, the most expensive. The Irish and some other brands, whatever, right? $10 low. Imagine that, I'm like spending.
I love
Да, я покупаю, да, европейское обычно. Да. So anyways, you guys, I've learned that, yes, it may be healthy for you, right? There's certain science behind it. Works for other people, not for me. I didn't want to be fat. I'm like, there's no way. I need to go back to my diet. Literally, as soon as I stopped, in 2 weeks, I went to my normal. The key is, again, everybody is so different. You need to figure out what works for you. Maybe this diet will work for you, not for me. Yeah. She says once you activate this hormone that is called leptin hormone, that is a key hormone in our body. By this diet, basically fat, keto diet pretty much, but even extreme, you're eating a lot of butter, and smaller portions. There is also like you eat only 2 servings of protein a day, but each seating half of your palm. There's a certain there's certain formula, right? But a lot of butter. So anyways, I think olive oil is the best. A little bit of ghee, a little bit of grass-fed cooking. That's all you need, you know? So, okay. Да, я просто его беру перед едой, чайную ложку, он so strong, я чайную ложку беру, и black cumin, you guys, it's amazing for women hormones. Literally, especially for women who are premenopausal and menopausal, black cumin literally will fix it all. So that's the magic oil for hormones. Yeah. So, нет, только в салат или ложку. Я люблю ложку, чтобы в салат оливковое масло я буду добавить повкуснее, потому что оно очень strong, you're not going to enjoy it in a salad, you know? So, okay, don't you guys, of course, все глутен, ореховое молоко, но мы уже поговорили, в принципе, о всем. Конфетки, печеньки, if you bake at home, use monk fruits. What don't eat? Oh, yeah, don't, yeah. Да, сухофрукты, мясные деликатесы, потому что daily meat, да, колбасы, копчености, сырая, девочки, fish, сырая рыба, все любят суши ходить, любят есть. Паразиты. Я не ем сырое мясо или сырую рыбу уже 5 лет. И раньше, да, раньше у меня были паразиты, когда я тестировалась. Сейчас, когда я почистила свой гад, у меня zero parasites, because I don't bring anything. Ну, которые через functional doctor, like I can do those as a health coach. I can order those tests for you, but they're like $500-600. But you do those once a year, and you'll know exactly do you have parasites. What microflora do you need to fix? You know, it's a good test to do once a year. So, and do's, of course, that. как можно diversity of the foods, много овощей, фруктов. Опять фрукты, ну, мы уже поговорили обо всем.
В предыдущем слайде, что 60-90 минут ходить или бегать.
Да, после еды.
После еды.
Не, 20 минут ходить, а после еды в течение часа-полтора часа, как ты поела, insulin is the most active, so you wanted to bring that insulin down, so you want to go for like a jog or jump at home for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes walking, 10 minutes jumping for first hour and a half after you ate. Do you understand that? So once you finish eating, you have this time frame for you guys, please, пожалуйста, кушайте. Да. Единственное, что девочки спрашивают, можно ли пить и есть молочные продукты? Да, можно. Опять, если у вас нету milk dairy intolerance, which you will test by food sensitivity. Second of all, you can only do raw milk, which is Air One sells, and then Sprouts does sell raw local milk from this company, Raw Milk. They do raw butter, raw milk, which is really tasty. Goes bad right away in 4 days in the fridge. You have to drink it, otherwise it just turns, which is that's how natural raw good milk is.
And how do you know it's good? There is no antibiotics in it or whatever.
It's a you just kind of you know, I mean, I don't know. Organic, grass fed, trust the company, you know what I mean? Trust the company. No one got sick from that milk. I mean, it stays in the fridge only 4 days. After that, don't drink it because it spoils. And I'll go back really quick. And also, молоко A2, you probably start seeing that in the it's a digestible milk from it's amazing. It's actually good for you. It's a digestible milk that is actually digest in your body. So я не знаю, но как бы вот, например, в Европе везде it's A2 digestible milk, the way they process the milk, right? It's all about the way they process in the factories, the way they use the cows, the way they do, I don't know. So it's a digestible milk. And болгарский йогурт, вы знаете, в Ереване есть банки с такого стеклянной, есть красная, есть синяя. Да, Whole Foods, то есть я беру whole, I don't do the skim milk, whatever, I think there's no reason for that. We need to have full fats, which is good. And Bulgarian yogurt has no sugar. It's literally just good acidophilus, все эти бактерии, которые нам нужны. То есть набор бактерий, да. И они хорошо для наших целлюлита и для всего дайджеста. Нет, от кефира и which is fermented yogurt. There's no. It's really good for the to moving your cellulite. Но греческий йогурт здесь только нету сахара, смотря как он processed, which milk they're using. You gotta check it out, see which companies. I personally like this Bulgarian yogurt for years. I mean, it's кисленький такой, знаешь. А еще есть Life, what is that company, Life? They do кефиры. Life Away, у них хорошие кефиры, кстати. Только не покупайте, где там Blueberry now, they started adding sugar. Simple, no sugar. So make sure when you read your labels, no sugar.
Я люблю goat yogurt, хороший вкус.
Oh, yes. Oh, about cheeses. So the only cheese that is good for our ladies' hormones is the goat cheese, especially if you start eating goat cheese right before your period. Oh my God, so many good enzymes, helps your whole thing over there, gives your hormones kind of high. Yeah, so goat cheese or sheep cheese are the best digestible cheeses that we can actually eat. And don't, it's a fermented if you do it yourself, if you don't buy it somewhere that is not, I mean, where are you going to find a tворог, где grass-fed?
Yes, buffalo творог.
Да?
Я нашла.
Okay.
Эмма сказала тоже buffalo cheese.
Okay. Может быть, оно еще не во всех, не везде, это нужно еще искать, где-то есть. Да. Я, кстати, делала с A2, кстати, очень творог классно получается. С A2 milk.
Да.
А вот,
Да.
кстати, молоко, которое сырое, которое ты сказала, через 4 дня, допустим, если
Да.
не получилось как бы наша простокваша.
О, тоже можно, да. Мгм.
Я делаю goat тоже с чиз, такой сама делаю. Беру goat milk,
Мгм.
закипить чуть-чуть уксуса или
Да.
лимона, и добавляю.
Или вот сейчас есть, делают очень многие, я не делаю, мне кажется, мне просто easier to go buy that Bulgarian yogurt. But a lot of people do homemade yogurt, and they buy this машину небольшую, они там все положили, и за ночь она им сделала классный йогурт, и они кушают. Как бы, you can make this at home if you have time
Я
for
это
that.
делала, потому что
Да, it's like, yeah, пошел, купил и, окей, so, главное разнообразие еды постоянно, да, diversity in our microbiome, that's the key for a healthy microbiome. Общий, fiber, yeah, so introduce a lot of fiber in your diet. Ginger is really good for, again, moving toxins from your liver, just really good. Add a lot of turmeric in your diet if you can, either through peels or turmeric, you make teas, whatever, it brings you inflammation, and it's such a great anti-inflammatory. Подожди, что там еще было? Клетчатка, что побольше и кушайте, это chickpea очень хорошо, авокадо, все fiber, diversity. Okay.
фикс тоже можно, да?
Ну, фикс опять можно же, да, в сезоне,
Ну, сейчас сезон
слушай.
такой, да.
Когда есть, я обязательно беру, потому что тоже там хорошие витамины. Ну и про печень, да, мы уже много говорили про печень, очень важно очищать ее. Слушай свою печень, да. Ну, блин, ты знаешь, она как бы иногда...
Моя молчит.
Ну, если молчит, то хорошо. Кстати, there's a cool hack, because anytime we drink alcohol, we are still kind of like not doing good for your liver. So what we do before we go and have drinks, which there's now really cool, these little like mixtures that you can take before to help your liver. Then you can take deliverance and also glutathione. Have you guys heard about glutathione? The best glutathione in the market is actually put it topical. It's not, it's a topical. This company, Aura, which I work with them, AURO. He's a scientist. He did the discovery which glutathione is the best, and the best glutathione. It's not the ones that you take yeah, you can do pump, or the best is to put on your skin. It goes right into your bloodstreams, and the way it's a great antioxidant, great for your skin. Why some people do IVs? I love doing IVs. I have done the IVs. We haven't even talked about the whole modalities of the real biohacking. We're just touching the basis. So IVs, if you do glutathione pushes through the IVs, oh my goodness, what an amazing antioxidant and cleanser for liver, for your skin, your wrinkles, it's immune system, everything. So, but how often you're gonna go? I do it like once a month. If I get an IV, I'll just say, hey, give me a push of extra double glutathione. And then I supplement with my other stuff. So when you drink, you take black charcoal, you put glutathione, and you take liver a drink to flash your deliverance. And it will, and it will help your digest your histamines. And also you can take the histamines. Some people can't digest alcohol. I have problem now digesting alcohol in the past 15 years, so I need to take that. How I know I can digest alcohol every time, even if I drink one glass of wine, literally that night, I have sinus clogs up, and I have to wake up and drink water. It's just one glass. Doesn't matter. It's, I know French is the only one I actually can drink. That's it. Anything else? It's
Наташа, алкоголя.
Huh? So okay, so they say, okay, there's a lot of things in a biohacking world. Oh, like we can't drink alcohol, it ruins our mitochondria, it's a poison, blah blah blah. So now the new research came out saying it's okay to have a little bit of alcohol. right? So if you're not overdoing and if you're not drinking 3 times a week, it's a lot. You know, you have, you know, once a week, you can have a small amount, 1 shot of tequila, a glass of nice wine. That's it. I mean, you'll be fine. It's okay.
И, чтобы помочь печени, это все надо до алкоголя.
До алкоголя, да, да. Или же, если вы забыли, пришли сразу ночью, ложитесь спать и выпили все эти свои штучки. Black charcoal, glutathione, и вот эту liver, все, flash, and you're not going to have any problem with your liver. Yep. So the best drink on the market, if you have to drink, the cleanest is tequila. Tequila.
Сегодня предложила девочка мероприятие провести. Вайн растяжка. Как это?
Wine, растяжка, что это такое?
Физкультура. И бокал хорошего вина.
Интересно, потому что она тебя расслабляет, и такая, знаешь, ну, в этом есть что-то, ничего не знаю. Люди придумывают уже какие-то вещи, чтобы сделать какие-то новые, неважно, окей. Все, больше минералов, амино-акидов, попробуйте. О, голодание, давайте быстренько поговорим по голоданию, потому что голодание – это большой ресурс в нашем организме, которым мы должны помогать делать. Это, в принципе, омолаживает полностью организм. 9 лет назад я начала, когда я родила ребенка, первый год, меня introduced to Prolon. It's right here. I don't know, have you guys heard about Prolon? I know you do. I know you already done it. Do you guys know Prolon? Okay, have you done Prolon?
No.
No, you haven't. Okay, so Prolon is a 5-day mimicking fasting diet. Scientist, his name is Walter Longer, who took 20 years to do a research on fasting and cleaning autophagy. What is autophagy? Bad cells, and mostly becoming a cancerous cells, right? So his whole research was, how can we clean the autophagy with the bad cells and give the mitochondria continually new cells and rejuvenate it through the fasting. What they discovered that water fast for a long period of time is actually dangerous. Why? Because our organs do not need fasting. Only what needs fasting are наши клетки. Our organs still need nutrients, but how do you do that? You feed your organs just enough with the nutrients so they don't fail, but your total cell will go, autophagy and start cleaning, deleting old cells, deleting cancerous cells, deleting everything that is going on in your body, and start rejuvenating with new cells. So he done this research and did a 5-day mimicking fasting diet with the right nutrients that every day that you eat, it will put your body in 5 days to total and reverse your biological age up to 2 years after each box you do. So you feel you've done it, you know how you feel. I've been doing it for 9 years, every 3 months. Some people who have cancer, and he was really amazing with cancerous people. When people have cancer, of course, along with the modalities like chemo, you do this diet, it will help to process of things because it will start cleaning up those bad cells. And I lost my thought. Basically, I do it every 3 months. I've done more than 600 people in 9 years. I've seen some miracles happen. I'm like their best seller, and I don't even make money on this because I'm just taking for what I'm taking from the company and I'm giving it to people. I'm like, listen, this is the best tool that you can heal your body, reverse your biological age. And in 5 days, you lose up to 10 pounds. Visceral fat. Visceral fat is all the fat that we collect in our organs, the hardest fat to move. Only, yeah, only, this is new, yeah, you can, so, it's 800 calories a day that you eat. You eat, no, it's eat. You eat, и супчик есть, и nut-based, and люди такие говорят, oh, no, I can do it myself. Why do I have to spend, right, they sell it for 200, but I give it to people 150. Why don't you? I can make a soup myself. It's so specifically designed to keep you in ketosis and start shading the proper, you know, the calories, the proper nutrients, everything. And every day they're mixing it. They're taking away the bar. They take away this, and then they just keep you on 2 soups in 1 bar. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a dance. Oh my God. I've been doing it for 9 years, and it's my #1 tool. Then we have also another fasting, which is intermittent fasting. You've heard about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, there's a lot of buzz out there. Oh, all these, usually the research is done on the guys, how the intermittent fasting goes. Guys can go up to 18 hours a day on a fast and do incredible, right? They lose weight, they still keep their muscles, they're working out. They have a lot of energy. Yeah, they have a lot of energy. Not for girls, you guys. We can only fast in the cycles. So the same for prolong. You only do it in a certain cycles. Yeah, no, I'll tell you the real reason, because I know Mindy Pels now, and I talk to Vulture a lot about this. Girls should not pass a fast more than 14 hours. What does it do for you if you do a long, prolonged, more than 14 hours a day fast? You'll create cardiovascular disease later. It's proven. They don't recommend it. So, also, make sure you don't fast on your period days. Because as women, we have a different hormones. We need more good fats in our body to condition our heart. You know, it's a different from guys, totally different. Actually, more women are dying from cardiovascular disease than men. So it's very, be careful. So you cannot fast on the days when you're on the periods. The period is to be good, to give the body good fats, to love your body, do like good foods, right? So the good time of fasting is like 10 hours. The last meal that you have, which is dinner right before your sunset, 3-4 hours before you go to sleep. Never eat 2 hours before you go to sleep, because you need that digestive system. Bulgarian yogurt. Кефир или Bulgarian yogurt. You'll give the really... Если после, ну, опять-таки, съешь пол авокадо. Знаете, какой еще есть хак? Очень люди много benefit, и съешь одно яйцо. Bars, nut bars, amazing nut bars. Оливки? Oh my God, the cocoa butter, you guys. Oh my God, it's the best thing ever. If you want the chocolate, they have the cocoa butter. It's like a butter. It's like a little, there's no sugar, and it's like clean cocoa and almond орехи. That's it. It's the most delicious. I literally, when I отдельно от пролона, я когда еду на конференциях по 3 дней, я ничего не кушаю, потому что ты встала и побежала. И ты literally, там, engagements, dinners. Oh, I don't eat anything till dinner. The way I sustain my energy throughout the day from the morning, I take that with me. I take a full tablespoon. I eat it. I have my tea or bone broth now. And I can sustain beautiful energy throughout the day. This is such an amazing hack. So, but you don't do this every day, because I am like in stress mode, and then I have dinner. But anyways, but if you want that beautiful chocolate, that little... Да. Okay. А сколько получается по времени это? Okay, don't do more than, don't do more than 16 hours, but then again, push your 16 hours on those days. That means right after your periods, that's when your body, you can push your body in any level, exercising, doing the fasting, голодание, как пролон, till 5 days before your periods. So the 5 days before your period and the period time, that's when you actually give your body a lot of nutrients. And you don't push yourself, either fasting.
I don't want to.
Okay, but then your body needs those nutrients. Do you understand? For your hormones. You когда просто ты просто живешь на минералах, витаминах. Но это плохо. Нашему организму мы должны питать. Ну а как ты себя чувствуешь? Окей. Ну ты вообще что ли ничего не ешь по жизни, кроме как витамин? Ну 1 раз окей. Окей, главное, чтобы тебя... Окей, смотри, главное, чтобы эти дни были в этот промежуток of your low hormones. You understand that? When you're low hormones, that's when you push your anything you want. That means right after your period, 5, 7 days before your period. Да. Метаболически, да. I'm just like, okay, so you just have to like, okay, Brian Johnson. Okay, let's take Brian Johnson. We are all in longevity space right now, laughing at him, and I'll tell you why. Dave Asprey, Max Grave, and another guy, I was just talking about this with Aaron. These guys, they look way older than their age. They're the top biohackers in the world. They do everything to biohack their body. But if you look at them, physically, they look way older than their age. Yes, maybe inside the cells, they look, but what they did wrong in the beginning, they were fasting so much, they ruined their whole aging process. They got old so fast that now высушили, now they cannot, and даже Макс просто за год посидел, молодой парень, понимаешь? Again, you have to work with your body as like a dance, right? It's a very dance. Everything is, you know, тестирование. Да. Тебе можно открыть. Открой там. Да.
Что он должен делать сразу после менструации?
Да, после менструации мы можем push our body and everything, working out, голодание, пролон до 5 days before our cycle starts, 5-7 days. You have to feel yourself. Some women are 7 days, some 5. You just have to learn. Да, и во время месячных.
Знаешь, что у кого sugar, если когда тестируешь этот трехмесячный sugar, если он 5.2 или lower, то тоже нельзя делать. Intermittent fasting.
Да.
Очень low.
Вот, да, тоже. То есть люди не проверяют, поэтому I'm telling you, тестирование, it's number one to know everything in your biology. You can read the books, you can learn this people is doing this people are doing, but that is not good for you. Like for me, I know fasting is only good when I do prolonged. Intermittent fasting is not good for me for a long period of time. Why? Because even my tests are showing that in the morning, I have to eat right away. Do you know what I mean? Because the way my enzymes and the way my liver starts digesting, I need to start fueling my body right away. Then I have a beautiful energy. I don't crash or I don't have snacks. So you kind of learn. For some work, for some doesn't.
Some time. Like first 2-3 days you feel good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit later, like when you're already in it.
Yeah.
I feel different. Just different. I sleep now. I spend then you're going back to your old everything back to normal.
Yeah. I'm going back. Okay, go ahead.
So if you eat late, what consequences?
It's aging. It's like you need to stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed.
But I also think it depends how much you eat. If you overeat, if you have a little snack, it's not that terrible, you know? But at least you're not
At плохой сон, digestive system, you have to have an empty digestive system. Just try this. Try for 1 week and stop eating anything 4 or 3 hours before your
This is what I do all the time, but sometimes you come like you didn't have dinner, right? And you come late. And you're like, I'm starving.
Well, you have to eat something, yeah.
Exactly.
Побежала, давай, все, конечно, бежим. Я знаю, я столько много информации, мы думали, что мы за час это все сделаем, уже сколько времени. Да. Просто, видишь, задержались. Мы еще, слушайте, мы еще раз сделаем, столько много всего, много я могу рассказать. Окей. Потому что liver was detoxifying. Арбуз это number one detoxification for liver. Yeah, у тебя liver, значит, да, это хорошо. Это хорошо, у тебя детокс пошел. Да, это очень хороший хак. Да.
И мне сразу я не могла не лежать, не стоять, такая была боль, вот как изнутри.
Да. Ну все, что у нас, голодание мы прошли, вода, мы прошли. Да, биодобавки, вот девочки, вы можете спросить.
Фотография вот этого слайда.
Да, must have, сделайте фотографию этого. И здесь все the latest прибавки. Мы можем сделать просто отдельный класс по биодобавкам, потому что literally... Смотри, вот акермансия, you guys order on pendulum.com, акермансия, and everyone should start taking акермансия. It's a heal your gut and brings your good microbiome diversity in your... Значит, все мы начинаем с этой бутылочки. 3 месяца пьем эту бутылочку, потом идем на эту бутылочку. После 3 месяцев, когда мы заполнили акермансию, свой микробиом, да, потом мы пьем, уже мы это не пьем, мы пьем метаболик дейли. Да, отдельный класс, да.
Можно даже Слушай, если на Zoom сделаешь, если я люблю,
ты знаешь, мне хочется отдавать. И GLP, у них тоже это пробиотик, да, это единственное, что если ты не можешь становиться кушать, это stops your hunger. Yeah, I know. Someone like, вот для тебя вот да. Девочки, the new is the greatest thing. I will tell you. NAD, oh my God. Okay, let's do the class. STEM region? Stems. Oh, NAD, okay. This new company, Nuchido, a young girl from, I believe she's from Harvard. I just met her, Nuchido. So the way they extract their NAD, they add green extract here. So why do we need NAD in our body? NAD is give a boost to our mitochondria. So every DNA repairs and basically becoming younger. So if our NAD is lower in our body, we are aging. That's it. And if you have a full NAD, which we can only do through supplementation, peptides, which you can shoot in the belly, that's the fastest way. Okay, so there's a talk. I can have a discussion about that. When you go to IV, such a high dose, a lot of people cannot digest that. They can have a heart problem. They can actually pass out. They have a huge heart palpitation, end up in the emergencies, you guys. So the best way to start with an AD now, it's a peptides, 50 milligrams for 1 or 2 months, take 1 month off, and then do like that. If you don't like the needles, take the pills. It's a longer process. It will probably take 1 month to 2 months to replenish, but it's a safer kind of like, hey, I pop the pill every day. So,
digest.
Digest. This is Urothalin A by Metapure Timeline Company. we don't produce Rotulin A. We can only take this little powder. Rotulin A is something that we need for our muscle mass, for our digestive system. It's just like some kind of a magic formula that the scientists came up with and saying you must have it. So this company is the best Rotulin A on the market. Yeah. Это, да, timeline just for Rotulin A.
А где смотрите, который на...
Блин, я не принесла, да, это Aura, A-U-R-O. Or I give you 10% on that.
Все.
There's certain companies that give you also компания Nuchido, I can give you all 10% and 50% on some of them. So you just have to test me. Да.
Мы можем попросить их написать или в Инстаграме.
Да, или имейлы, да. Да, в Инстаграме лучше, потому что, да, я такая, да. Я отправлю со своими всеми. Я отправлю все, даже, как там их называется, скидки на компании. Ты можешь пройти класс. Давайте класс на...
Спасибо.
Девочки, коннект со мной на Инстаграме, я могу все свои эти ссылки и какие-то дискаунт-код. Например, пролон, я могу вас support for 5 days. That's my kind of a thing I do for free just because I see the results. I want people to have a result. I can get you box for... just buy it. I'll send you ссылку. $150 через веб-сайт, они тебе вышлют, скажи, когда ты начинаешь, я support you every day. How you do it, let's do it, push you through, because it's hard to do it on your own, you know?
Если вы, Наталья, напишите в Инстаграм сейчас, на экране там, вот там, за вами, там ссылка, вам нужно камеру навести на...
И быстренько, how to sleep well. We start wearing right after, like right before the sunset, we start wearing yellow glasses to block all our blue lights. That means we start production of melatonin. We go into nicely because all the blue lights from the phone, television, даже the lights that are all in a house, if they're not, you know, if you don't set up for evening lights, then all the blue lights actually messes you up with melatonin and you don't have a deep sleep. So then an hour before sleep, you switch these to orange ones to get your melatonin even deeper. That means your body's preparing for deep sleep. Another hack for deeper sleep is to wear Oura Ring. This will track your data. Data is number one in our biohacking and longevity space. This will track your data. How long did you sleep? Because our mind, we can say, oh, I slept 8 hours, but truly you only 6.5. You're lying to yourself, right? This doesn't lie. Also will tell you how deep is your sleep REM and deep sleep. It's very important for longevity and for body to rejuvenate. It also will tell you what's your HRV, hot, you can do either the watch, a Fitbit, there's Apple. I love personally Oura Ring. Also, you can control periods, control your oxygen levels, and many more. So this one is
Это вы проверяете в апе?
да, тоже это connect to your app or a ring, ты заказываешь, и все, через app ты проснулась, она сразу тебя connect, и также тебе говорит, how many steps you walked, и blah-blah-blah. So we can have another session just on devices and vitamins and skincare, you guys. And yes, that's like a key for everything. Okay, so
Еще много осталось.
so много осталось, но it's okay. We'll do another one, maybe in August. Sauna,